Ratio equals to, now current ratio, we know the formula. It is the proportion of current assets upon current liability. So here current assets upon current liability. Now this is 2.5:1, means current assets are 2.5 times more than your current liability. Okay, this is an equation. Now you will see all other details. You will come to know your current assets are 2.5 times more than current liability. And now working capital formula, if you remember, this is nothing but current assets less current liability. Now this less this is 60,000 and this upon this is 2.5:1. Now what we do in mathematics, what we do is we prepare some equations. If we solve those equations, we get the values. Now similarly, what we are going to do, we are going to prepare an equation. Now if you remember, okay, there is one what we say rule of ratio or proportion is, if you multiply any fraction by same number, okay, so proportion is going to remain same. So if you remember, the rule was like this: if there is a and b, okay, this is a proportion. If you multiply this by x and this by x, the proportion is going to remain same, right? Because see, by same number we are multiplying. This is a mathematical equation, right? Now what we are going to do in the same manner, what we'll do, we'll consider now this is 1. If you consider this as x, okay, now we are trying to solve the sum. So what we are doing, to the current liability we are considering x. Now if this is x, this is 1, then this is 2.5x. Have you understood this? What I have done? Since they have given you the ratio of current assets and liabilities, okay? Liability is 1 and this 2.5 times is your current assets. So what we are doing, whatever is this 1 current liability we are turning this as x, okay? And then this becomes 2.5 times more, means 2.5x. If not, you can just multiply each by x, right? So this will become x and this will become 2.5x. Both will be fine, right? So you can write here by multiplying x to the equation. That's how we can write. Or you can also write current liability equals to x. Okay. Suppose current liability equals to x, then current assets is 2.5 times more. So it will be 2.5x now. Right? Now in this equation, okay, in this equation, if you will put this, you will get the value of x, right? So working capital equals to this equals to current assets less current liability. Okay. Now what we'll do, just we'll change this. Okay, just see. What we'll do, this new values will add here. Now current assets is 2.5x minus liability is x. So current assets less current liability means we are just taking this equation now. Now we have an equation. Now you have this equation to be solved, linear equation. 2.5x minus x equals to 60,000. Now if you solve this less this, we'll consider that here it is 1, then it will come 1.5x, okay, equals to 60,000. Okay, so x equals to 60,000. Now here it is multiplied by. So when it will move it to this side, that will be divided by. Now 60,000 divided by 1.5. When we remove it from here, it will go here divided by. So tell me how much it is. X equals to 60,000 divided by 1.5.
40,000.
40,000, very good. Now what was 40,000 actually? What was X? X was the current liability. It means your current liability comes to 40,000. Now next, current assets were 2.5x equals to 2.5 into, now X value is 40,000. Now find out your current assets. 2.5 into 40,000. 1 lakh? Yes. Double 40,000 ka double is 80,000 and half is 20,000. Yes, 1 lakh. You got now two values. What do you have got is current liability and what you have got is current assets. Okay, just try and understand what we have done. We are only, when this kind of a sum that we have, we are concentrating on what amounts that we have. You have bank overdraft and working capital. Now, bank overdraft cannot be used because that is not something like main information to the sum. So, working capital we have concentrated on. So, we know working capital means current assets less current liability. Right? So, this we have seen in management accounting. So, when we find out working capital, current assets less current liability, that we do. Now, we have one equation is working capital equals to current assets less current liability. And the other equation is like this, current ratio equals to current assets upon current liability. Now this ratio we have, okay, and this information we have. So just by thinking about what can be done, we have developed one mathematical equation. So what we have done, current liability first of all, that we have considered as X, then current assets are 2.5 times more, so that becomes 2.5x. Is का 2.5x 2.5 times more है. So then in the working capital formula what we have done, working capital equals to current assets less current liability. So current assets comes this much, current liability comes this much. Now this less this comes to 1.5x, yeah, as it is. Now x value if you want to find out, this is 1.5 into x. So that will be divided by 60,000 divided by 1.5, that becomes 40,000. So x value which was current liability comes to this much. Then assets are 2.5 times more. So 2.5 into x value is 40,000. This if you multiply you get 1. Now the next formula of liquid ratio, remember, formula is current assets, okay, less what you minus from liquid assets to get liquid assets from current assets. Yes. What is less liquid? Stock or inventory?
Inventories.
Yes. So inventory or stock we minus from here, okay, to get the liquid assets. Now liquid ratio, formula is liquid assets upon liquid liabilities, right? So liquid assets we get by minusing inventory from current assets, and liquid liabilities we get by minusing bank overdraft from current liabilities. Now what we have done, we have just returned the formula, nothing else. Right? The formula is current liquid ratio equals to liquid assets upon liquid liabilities. For the liquid assets, current assets may say we will not be considering inventory because that is less liquid. And from current liabilities, we are not considering overdraft because though we say that is a short-term liability, we still get more time for making payment. Right? So now next, we have found out some of the values. Now we put this. How much was the liquid ratio? 1.5 is to 1. Just this ratio I have written, nothing else. Right? Now next equals to current assets. We have found out that is 1 lakh. Okay. Now next inventories. We do not know how much it is. As it is, we are keeping this. Current liabilities, we have found out how much it is. 40,000. Value of X, right? Bank overdraft, I guess 10,000. How much it is? 10,000. Just check out because some many things, right? So if bank overdraft is 10,000, now you have all the things, just inventory is not there. Then you can find out easily. What you can do when you have proportion, what we do? Cross multiplication. So this into this equals to this into this. Same thing you can do, right? So what I'm doing, this into this, I'm keeping here to this side. So as it is, this multiplied by 1 will come same, 1 lakh minus inventories equals to. Now 1.5 into this. So 1.5 into bracket. This less this. 40,000 less 10,000. 30,000. Okay, now the equation is here. What do you have to do? This into this, if you do calculation, how much it is? 1.5.
45,000.
45,000. Okay. Now 1 lakh minus inventory comes to 45,000. Now can you tell me inventory value now? 1 lakh minus 45,000. So 55,000. Have you understood what we have done? Just by putting information in the formula. But what you have to do, whenever you are using the formula, you have to see to it that maximum of the components are there. Just one of the component, if it is missing, that you can easily find. Right? So here in liquid ratio, we have just written the formula. Since liquid ratio is also there, current assets are there, current liability is there, overdraft is also there. We know only inventory is not there. If only one information is missing, that you can easily find out by solving the sum. To understand this mathematical parts, you can very easily solve all these sums, right? So we cover, we just add some more details to the sum. Okay, just a minute. Now, if you see what all details that you have got by solving the sum, you came to know current assets comes to 1 lakh. Current liability comes to 40,000. Overdraft, bank overdraft. It is given, that is 10,000. Okay. Now what else we have found out? Inventory. That comes to rupees 55,000. Okay. So this is what we have come to know from the sum that we have solved. Now, if I give you some additional information, just a minute, I'll just inform you what exactly it is. So, in addition to this, if I say reserves and surplus are 20,000, okay, and one more information, fixed assets to proprietors funds, okay, fixed assets to proprietors funds, that is 0.75. So there are no long-term liabilities and there are no, what we say, no long-term liabilities and no fictitious assets. Okay. Now this is the additional information. Now this we have already solved and you are asked to prepare a balance sheet. Okay. So you are supposed to prepare a balance sheet from this information. Now we have solved this much. Okay. Now from this, what else you can find out? This information is directly given, amount have to pass, so no worries. Only this you have to concentrate on. Now this is to be solved. Fixed assets to proprietors funds. Now if you can understand this ratio, what does this mean? Fixed assets to proprietors funds. Now if you draw your balance sheet, okay? Draw your balance sheet, okay? This is your asset side. What we have here is fixed assets. Okay. What we have to this side again current assets. Okay. To this side what we have is capital. Okay. And current liability. Okay. Now just see what is given to you is fixed assets to proprietors funds. Now this is given compared with this. Now what I said, there is no long-term borrowings and there are no long-term borrowings and no fictitious assets. You don't have long-term borrowings. What does it mean? You have only your funds invested in the business. Means there is only equity capital, no borrowed capital. Right? So in addition to this, what is given is there is no long-term borrowings. Right? If there are no long-term borrowings, it means only your own funds you are using. Okay? What I have called this as, this is a source from where you have got the money. Okay, capital is a money source from where you have got money. Now tell me, if I tell you ki out of this, how much is invested in fixed assets? Okay. Can you find out something else? What I have said, this is the entire amount of money invested in the business. Out of this, if some amount is invested here, then remaining amount where it is invested will always equals working capital. Very good. So remaining amount is invested in the working capital, the gap between these two. So whatever money you have, either you are investing it in fixed assets or working capital. Okay. So if I say this 70.75 is 75%, right? We have seen decimal and percentage, that is the same. 0.75, 75 out of 100, 75%, it is one and the same. Okay. Now just try and understand, if I say this is 100, out of this 100, in fixed assets 75 अमाउंट इन्वेस्टेड है, तो रिमेनिंग इज इन्वेस्टेड इन वर्किंग कैपिटल, तो वो कितना है? Very good. 25%. Now working capital we have information, right? So working capital was how much? 60,000, I guess.
60,000.
Okay, now with this we'll prepare an equation first. Fixed assets to working capital to proprietors funds means fixed assets upon proprietors means this to this proprietors funds means owners funds means shareholders funds. Okay, so fixed assets to proprietors funds equals to 0.75 means 75%. What does it mean? Remaining amount is invested in working capital, so we'll just put it in the format. So if proprietors funds in fixed assets invested is 0.75 or 75%, it means working capital, okay, out of proprietors funds is 0.25 means 25%. सेम थिंग, जस्ट वी हैव रिटर्न इट इन इक्वेशन. जो फॉर्मेट से हमने डिस्कस किया था, सेम थिंग वी हैव रिटर्न वर्किंग कैपिटल अपॉन प्रोप्राइटर्स फंड्स. So if fixed asset is 75 means working capital is this, because this plus this together is proprietors funds. If I say proprietors funds is 100, इसमें से if this is 75%, out of that 100 now this is 25. Now we have got an equation to solve, right? So working capital upon proprietors funds 0.25. Now working capital we have already information about. This is 60,000. I'm just putting it here. Proprietors funds we do not know, equals to 0.25. Now can you find proprietors funds? Very easy to find now. Just this equation you have to solve. Proprietors funds equals to, now what we'll do, just maths again, right? So equation we have to solve. So proprietors funds will take to this side. So 60,000 equals to 2.5 into proprietors funds. What we have done, just we have moved it to this side. Okay. Now this becomes multiplied by, now this we have to move to this side. What we have done, numbers एक side में and the information to the other side. So 60,000 divided by 0.25. Now proprietors funds to this side. Now the 60,000 25% है, you can easily understand how much will be 100%. 4 times more. Yes. Is it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now just try and understand, not all the times you need to calculate. Being finance student, you should at least be something good at calculations part. Now if I say 60,000 is 25%, ये 25% है. 25% है मतलब that is 1/4. Out of 4 part it is 1. 25% मतलब if I put this into 3, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4 cross, I do this 25%. This is, what does this mean? 1 part out of 4. Now what does it mean? If I want to find out 100%, इसका मुझे 4 times करना पड़ेगा. So इसका 4 times is 2.2 lakh 40,000. So if this is 25%, then this is 240. Okay, 4 times more. If you don't understand, go with the calculation. Right. So what we have done, 60,000. Now numbers एक side में and this we have put to this side. So proprietors funds comes to 60,000 divided by 0.25. So it comes to 2,40,000. Now preparation of balance sheet is easy. Now can we fixed assets? How much it is? Now fixed assets we have to find out. This same thing I'm writing. 0.75. Now, in first place, we are not having information about proprietors funds. Now we know how much is the proprietors funds. Now, proprietors funds you can write here. Fixed assets upon proprietors funds equal to 0.75. Same formula, just in fraction. Now, fixed assets upon proprietors funds comes to 2,40,000 equals to 0.75. If you solve this numbers to one side, this is divided by इधर जाके होगा multiplied by, so it will come to 3 parts
1,80,000.
Just try and understand. Even if you don't calculate this way, there is one more way. Proprietors funds, total amount of proprietors funds is 240. Okay. Out of this, working capital is 60. So remaining 75% comes to 1,80,000. Right? Now we'll prepare the balance sheet. Now we have to put all this information into the balance sheet. So I'm just creating the format of balance sheet. When you are supposed to prepare balance sheet, you need to explain all the components. Okay, you cannot skip any details. So I'll be giving heading first here. Balance sheet as on 31st March 2020. To this side, capital and liabilities. Amount. To this side, assets and property. Okay, amount. Now, what all components that you have accordingly you can mention. Now you have fixed assets. So we'll mention it here, fixed assets. Then you have current assets. Main components I'm writing first, then we'll see the details. Then we have capital. You can also term this capital. Instead of saying capital, since there is no borrowed funds, we have only proprietors funds. Instead of saying capital, you can also call this as proprietors funds. Okay, and current liability. And this is your format. Now, what all things we have got? Fixed assets, how much it is? 180, 1,80,000. Current assets, 1 lakh. Now see, in current assets, you have found out separately inventory also. So that also we have to mention here. So I'm just writing here inventory. How much it was? Inventory.
55,000.
55,000. Okay. And other current assets. Now why we are writing? Because in current assets also you have some information available. So whatever you have available with you needs to be put in the balance sheet format. Now current assets total is 1 lakh. Out of this 55 is the inventory. Then what we'll do? Remaining things we are going to term it as other current assets. Out of 1 lakh 55,000 is inventory. Then remaining 45,000 will be other current assets. Right? Now come to the liability side. How much was the proprietors funds?
2,40,000.
2,40,000. Okay. 2,40,000. But now say in the sum they have also given you reserves and surplus. So proprietors funds may आएगा आपका share capital plus reserves and surplus because that is again part of own capital. Now in that case, proprietors funds may you can show separately in the inner column share capital and reserves and surplus. Okay. Share capital and reserves and surplus. Now out of this 20,000 is reserves. Means remaining is the share capital. So 2,20,000. Just we are showing the bifurcation. Out of proprietors funds, if reserves are given separately 20,000, so इसमें से 20,000 separately reserve है. Means out of this remaining amount is the share capital. Right. Now same thing, current liability was 40,000. Right. Now out of this overdraft is given separately. So I'm writing here bank overdraft. How much it was?
10,000.
Okay, 10,000. So 10,000 this, and then we'll consider other current liabilities. Okay, remaining amount. So out of 40,000, 10,000 is the overdraft. It means remaining current liabilities are of 30,000. So 30 plus this equals 40. 20,000 reserves plus share capital equals to total of 240. Okay. Then 55 current your inventory or stock plus 45 totally मिला के आपका current assets is clear. Now if you try and balance this, if it is same then that is okay. This plus this 2,80,000 total. This plus this 2,80,000 total. If this matches, then you have solved it correctly.